Everybody. Hello. Let's see if I turn this light on. Does that help? It does. Okay. Okay, I'm going to allow some time for people to join the live before I get started. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you are watching this live, I would really appreciate if you hit the thumbs up button, or you can double tap the screen like this. And as you're thinking, and hey, Nichelle, how are you? As you're joining, this is going to be a live stream where we're going to talk about how January went. I know we have one more day left in the month, but we're pretty much about to say hello to February this weekend. And so if you are a returning subscriber of mine, you may remember on the last day of the year, 2024, I came and I wrote down my goals with y'all. Hey, Mo, how are you? And I ended up, as you're answering, y'all, don't forget to give the live stream a thumbs up. I think you can double tap the vertical live stream by clicking your screen like that. Or you could, thumbs up. Hey, Kwana, thanks for joining. I'm telling everybody, don't forget to give the live stream a thumbs up. But I'm giving a little time to join, and then I'm going to give context to those of you who may have not been here. You might be new. And for those of you who are not new, you may remember on December 31st, I made a live stream and I talked about my reflections of 2024. And I kind of went through everything. Hey, Lissa. Hello. I ain't been on here in a while, and it does this like little hi emoji when y'all say hi. That's so cute. Don't forget to like the live stream, y'all. But anyway, the point of this live is goals. We're going to talk about how January went. We're going to reflect on what went well, and we're going to think about what we want to accomplish in 2025 holistically, and what we can do in February that's going to help us get there. Because during my last few live streams, we talked about how checking in with one another is going to help us reach our goals together, and it's going to help us feel like we have somebody, an internet bestie, to help us stay on track. And so I'm not trying to map out my whole 2025. I am literally trying to trust God and take things day by day. But I also understand that faith without work is dead. And when you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, it's like planning to fail. You have to put some SMART goals out there, some tangible goals out there that are specific and attainable and measurable and whatever that acronym stands for, so that it is going to help you get whatever goal you want. So with that said, I have a screenshot or a picture that y'all might see, or you might still see my little pink picture. But I have a picture that I took of the calendar, and I'm going to look first and talk through the goals that I set for January. And I'm going to go over them with y'all verbally. And I'll probably lift the camera in a moment and I'll show you that I wrote them on the bottom of my calendar. I'm going to do the same thing again for like next month. But because February hasn't started yet, and because there is one more day, hey, thank you for joining. Don't forget to give the live stream a thumbs up. I don't want to write them on there until like tomorrow or the last day. I'm also going to probably film a video talking about my goals and checking in, because I wanted to sit on my channel. For those who don't watch live streams, I want them to be able to watch that, and I want to be able to watch it. You know, something that motivated me recently was looking back at my videos from 2018 and 19 and 20 and being able to see where I am now. So I feel like I did a lot of explaining. We're 5 minutes in. hopefully everybody who wants to be part of this conversation is here. And if not, feel free to pop in as you can. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to first talk about what were the goals that I set. And the bottom of my calendar has room for about 5 like sentences. And so let me see if I can blow this up a little bit bigger, or at least zoom in some, because your girl cannot see this little writing on this picture. Okay, here we go. So my goals, I had 6 goals. The first goal was to work out at least 3 times per week and drink 100 ounces of water. My second goal was to determine a content schedule that included what days to film, edit, and prepare content for YouTube. The third goal I had was to visit Eastgate Church. The fourth was to go on my first solo date. The fifth was to reschedule recurring therapy sessions for myself. And the sixth was to take my dad out for his birthday. So I am pleased to say that I was able to check off some of these goals this month. And I feel really, 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 really good about it. So going from bottom to top. Goal 6 was to take dad out for his birthday. If you watch my YouTube short, I was able to take my dad out for his birthday. Me and Josiah took him and my stepmom out, and we went and did Korean barbecue together. My dad had been wanting to try Korean barbecue, and he had never tried it before. And it was his 65th birthday, and he had an amazing time. I actually posted a YouTube short about it, so y'all can definitely go back and check that out. But it was very rewarding to be able to provide that for my father, and do that and have that quality time with him. And he ended up saying that it was the best birthday that he ever had. And so I just really feel grateful that I was able to do that for him and celebrate him and be, you know, a special moment for my dad for his birthday, because he does so much for me and he does so much for Josiah and my whole family, really. And so it just felt good to do something for him. Okay. The fifth one was to reschedule recurring therapy sessions. I did go ahead and schedule my therapy sessions again, and they start in February. So felt good to get that done. I just feel like it's important to have that ongoing dialogue with a therapist that I've been working with, that I trust. It's good for my mental health, and it's good at times where things go on and I just feel like I need someone to talk to that is not necessarily connected to me or connected to my spouse. And so that way, like if I'm having issues with work or marital things or Josiah things, I can talk to someone who is not attached or connected by relationship to these relatives, and they can help me ground myself. With that said, if you've never tried therapy before and you're having some sort of issues personally, professionally, I definitely recommend you try it, especially if you have a benefit that offers it to you for free or at a low cost. Therapy is very important. It can definitely help you understand your triggers, your faults, your weaknesses, and not necessarily to make you feel bad about yourself, but to understand how you may be exhibiting patterns that contribute to your own unhappiness. Even if you're not unhappy, maybe it's just something that you need to work on with your confidence, or maybe it's something you need to work on to help you level up, right? And sometimes it takes having that person who doesn't know you to tell you the truth, because they don't have a reason to lie to you, like, because they don't want to hurt our feelings. The fourth goal I set was to go my first solo date. I did go on my first solo date, and I was able to record that experience. Now, I'm going to be honest, my first solo date was not the best experience. I look kind of down in the video because it just was not a good day personally. My husband and I had been arguing that day, and the date had been planned before the argument, but like, you know, if you are in a relationship and you're not getting along with your spouse, it's going to trigger your mood. And so I felt like my day was just not the best. And then I went on the solo date, and because of not really having that time to focus and plan for myself, I kind of didn't know what to do with the free time. So I took Josiah to the parents' night out, and Josiah loved it. And then I had like 3 hours to do something by myself, and I didn't know what to do. And so I had looked at Yelp for some restaurants, and I found a few, and I tried going to the one that I wanted to try first, but it was extremely crowded and packed and nowhere to park. And so I ended up going to the place where I ate for my birthday a few years ago because it was close by. And so I went and I treated myself out to dinner, and y'all will see that in the vlog that I post tomorrow. But it wasn't the most efficient. So then I used parents' night out again, and I planned a date for my husband and I the following week. And it actually ended up being great. The date was good. The restaurant I picked was good, but the difference was I had a better understanding of how to plan, like what to bring the parents' night out. Go ahead and make the reservation in advance. Go ahead and know what I'm doing so that I'm not trying to figure it out and wasting my time. So I say that to say the solo date thing is something that I want to do more of, and I'm going to try again in February. And what I learned, at least from trying it this first time around, is just make sure that I know what I'm going to do before I get the time. That way I'm not wasting time trying to figure it out. And also, a bonus tip, try not to let anything interfere with my good time or my day prior, whether it's work or relationships, because as an empath, if you care about something or someone, it's going to be hard to turn that off switch and focus on yourself just because you're by yourself. If anything, being by yourself allows for reflection. And if you're upset about something or you're frustrated about something and you're by yourself, you're probably going to be sitting there thinking about what you were upset about. And that time by myself actually did allow me time to think about what is important to me, what I desire. I had brought my journal so I could write, but I didn't end up writing in it. But it really allowed me to really think and plan, and I used the time to do that. But I say that to say it is still a goal achieved because I still tried a solo date for the first time. And I look forward to it evolving, right? I'm going to try different parents' night out and babysitting options that will allow us to do more things separate and more things together as well. So that way it's not always just when my dad can babysit, when my husband's mom can babysit, because sometimes they don't offer, or sometimes they offer and it's once a month or once every other month, which is great. But imagine for me, before that solo date, I had really been stuck in the house with my family. And I hate to say it like that, like stuck in the house, that sounds bad, but it's true. You know, when you think about December, the kids get out of school for Christmas break and they're out for almost 3 weeks. We had 2 snow days in January. And so I was the one at home watching Josiah and also working. I did not take any time off for the holidays. And so the burnout began to settle in. So just making sure I'm intentional about ensuring that me time, and also ensuring the me time, but not necessarily depending on my husband to make that happen, because he also can't pour from an empty cup. And if he's overstimulated and I'm also overstimulating, me asking him to watch Josiah so I can go have me time ends up resulting in him possibly feeling burned out from that solo time with being with Josiah. Just like if he goes out and does something and I'm the one with Josiah doing everything all day, I'm going to feel slightly overstimulated when he comes back. So I say that to say this parents' night out solution is a way for me to do solo dates. It's a way for us to do dates. It's a way for us to both recharge and have time apart that will allow us to come back feeling rejuvenated and refreshed, rather than one person getting that refreshing experience and then coming back to conflict because you have an irritated spouse that's been dealing with a rambunctious child. And it's good for Josiah too, because Josiah is going to a place that is for kids. And it's not super expensive. It's like $20, y'all. So I'm saying you get to go and have fun with kids your age and be a kid and play and eat pizza or eat snacks or dinner, whatever, and you're having a good time. It's not like you're just going and being sat with another adult that may or may watch you or may let the tablet watch you. So, yeah. And for those of you who just joined, don't forget to give the live session a thumbs up. Feel free to share your experiences. Currently, I am going through what goals I set for January and if I hit them or not. And I've went through 3 so far. And the 3 that I went through, I did hit. All right. The third goal was to visit Eastgate Church. We did end up visiting Eastgate Church, and I really liked it, and Josiah liked it. My husband feels like it's okay. I'm going to be honest. My husband seems to think every church we visit is okay. I think that I don't know if this is necessarily the church I'm going to join, but what I am excited about is that this church is very much into serving the community, and the word has been very relatable. It is not like the churches I grew up going to. It's very casual. And I like as a black woman, it's a mostly, it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's a white church. It's a mixed church. There's white people, there's black people, but the pastor is white, and a lot of the congregation is white, but there's definitely black people there. It's a mix of people. But with that said, it's not like the soulful gospel music I'm used to hearing with praise and worship. It's more like worship music. With that said, though, like I said, the message has been good. I've been relating to it, and I was able to visit twice and stream with them once, and I would definitely go again. I really am impressed with their children's ministry, and Josiah enjoys going there as well. What I love the most is that when they do children's church, they actually send Josiah home with things to work on, such as the books of the Bible, a monthly scripture to memorize. They have like little light assignments to do, and I think that that's great. I also admired that when it snowed that weekend, that they decided to live stream church instead of trying to have church that Sunday, knowing that some people may have been having some issues in the snow. So yeah, I really am enjoying visiting the church. I can see myself continuing to visit this church, but I'm also open to visiting other churches, and I still also tune in the Word of Faith every now and then. But it felt good to cross that goal off because I have been saying for 2 years that I wanted to visit that church. My second goal was to determine a content schedule, what day to film, what day to edit, etc. I would say that I made strides in this goal. For now, it seems like I've figured out that Friday and Saturdays are kind of my content days, but with some Sunday nights as well. So really my weekends is when I'm filming videos, editing videos, and capturing content. With sometimes it being on the spot, like a YouTube short. I made a YouTube short tonight at the gym to tell y'all to come and join me on live because I want y'all to know when I'm going live so that y'all are getting these alerts, because YouTube sometimes does not alert people in time, and then I get comments the next day saying that y'all didn't see the live stream or you didn't know. And so trying to figure out how to reach y'all best, where y'all are at. And so I say that to say I think I have a rhythm for 20 work for me. And so really for February, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but for February, I just want to be consistent in that because I'm going to start pivoting some of my content. I have a lot of videos and they have been centered around Bruno. And that's probably because I've been feeling obsessed with getting a new dog and everything. But now I'm kind of used to my puppy. Still love him and still will be taking him out and still will be vlogging with him and reviewing dog toys and things like that. But I also want to get back into some things that are meaningful to me and that align with some of these other goals that I've been talking about. And so in February, I'm hoping to do a little bit more of fitness updates and even some hauls that are not for Bruno, but for myself. In fact, I have a box of clothing from Ashley Stewart that I am so excited to try on this weekend, and I will be filming a try on video. So looking forward to getting that edited and scheduled for February, so stay tuned on that. And then lastly, but not least, my first goal was to work out 3 times a week and drink 100 ounces of water. So let's start with the water goal. I completely failed at drinking 100 ounces of water a day. I feel like I probably drank between 4 and 5 bottles of water a day. So that's about 80 ounces. But there was definitely some days throughout the month, especially as I got busy in work, because work got real hectic, where I literally would go the whole day at work and only drink 2 bottles of water. And so I'm getting those other 3-4 bottles in between the gym and before bed. And so that's not 100 ounces. So with that said, I am going to try to increase my water intake next month because I did not hit that goal. Working out at least 3 times a week. I worked out 3 times a week, 3 out of 4 weeks in the month. The week that I did not do it was the week when my cycle started, and I did actually still make it twice that week. So the first week I did 3, the second week I did 2, the third week I did 5 workouts, and this week that we're currently in, I did 4. And so I'm super proud of myself, y'all. I weighed myself again this morning because I knew I would be going live. And y'all, I am very excited to say and share that I am down 4 pounds in January. I started the year at 256, and this morning I was 252. And the lowest weight I saw this month was 251.8. So I am so excited, especially because I didn't put a number on it. I literally am just trying to get the habits in place, because if you eat right and you work out, you're going to start seeing the results. So before I overwhelm myself and say something like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds this month, it's more so about me being consistent and getting a schedule and sticking to it. And so it felt really, really good to see that pay off. And so what I did this month for diet was I started to log my meals again in the free version of the Lose It app. And so that helped me be accountable, because the whole not logging food and just eating whatever and drinking whatever and no rules, no structure is literally why I gained 10 pounds last year. And so what I started with on the first day of the year was I'm going to log every meal that I eat. And that's been very helpful to me. It helped me realize, like, dang, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but I'm getting a lot of carbs by eating toast and grits and then doing butter and eggs and some sort of breakfast meat and potatoes. Like, that's a big breakfast. That's 800-calorie breakfast. And if I don't exercise on that particular day, because that's like that was the kind of stuff we'd be eating on the weekend, on Sunday, or sometimes Saturday if I didn't make it to the gym, but mostly Sundays breakfast. And Sunday was typically a day I don't work out or go to the gym last year. And so an 800-calorie breakfast, when you have a 2,000-calorie or less calorie budget, you giving yourself 1,200 for the rest of the day, and that means you have to be smart with the rest of your meals. Not to mention, I was doing a lot of social drinking last year, a lot of bad snacks and things like that. So this year, tracking the meals helped me get accountable. And by the second week of the month, I was realizing, like, I need to focus on high protein, low carb. And so as I started doing more high protein meals, I realized that I was staying full longer and I was feeling fueled throughout the day. I was feeling less tired. And so now I'm at a point where I don't even necessarily miss the carbs. And it's not to say I don't eat carbs at all. It's just to say I'm very mindful of them. And so, I can dive into this in another video if y'all care to know. But it seems to be working. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm eating a lot of high protein meals like salmon, chicken breast, ground turkey, ground beef, and vegetables. Y'all know I love nachos, but I either count out my serving of chips or I don't have the chips at all. Like, a lot of times I was bringing nacho bowls to work with no chips, and I'm just literally eating protein. So meat, cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, avocado sometimes, limes, cilantro, eating it like that, no chips. Today, we had an event and we had Moe's catered, and I made a plate and I had chicken and steak and toppings, and I didn't eat no chips, no tortilla, 1 serving of cilantro rice. So it's to say I'll eat the carbs, but I'm very mindful. I discovered the Moe's salad this month, okay? And I ate a small little serving of chips, but I didn't get no rice, no beans. I mainly focus on protein. And so discovering ways to eat and eat out, but eat right for what I'm trying to do. And so I also am giving myself grace, though. I am allowing myself 1 day a week where I can drink alcohol if I want to. That's going to help when somebody has a birthday dinner or a party, or Valentine's Day or, something, my dad's birthday, and we want to drink. But it becomes where it's one day a week, not every day of the weekend, because that was also messing me up last year. I'd be working out all week long, Monday through Thursday, even sometimes Friday, and then drinking Friday night, drinking Saturday night, going to brunch Sunday, that kind of stuff. And I say that to say, like, you don't even realize how that, I won't say it's problematic because you're just having fun, but I'm saying you don't even see how you're undoing the work that you did earlier in the week by doing that. And then lastly, one cheat meal a week as well. I try not to do the cheat meal and the drink day together, but if it is, it is. But that way I still can have a life, you know what I'm saying? But my theory is if you're doing one cheat meal, maybe even two, but right now I started with one because when I saw that I started 2024 at 246 and ended 2024 at 256, I was like, I don't have time to be giving myself too many cheat meals and all these, um, extra things because it's not helping me right now. And I can lighten up when I get a little bit further along. So I say all that to say, y'all, coming into February, I feel really good about staying consistent. I'm still trying to take things a day at a time and give myself grace, but I really feel proud of how my first month went. And it's not to say I didn't have stressful moments. I certainly had stressful moments, my goodness. But I'm enjoying work. Work has still been very peaceful. I'm very grateful and happy in the new role, but it's been hectic. And not allowing the stress of work to make me turn to emotional eating, not letting the stress of arguments in my marriage make me turn to emotional eating, not allowing Josiah's behavior things or school concerns allow me to turn to emotional eating, are all the things that are very necessary to get to where I want to get to at the end of the year. So overall goal is I would like to lose between 30 and 60 pounds in 2025. Smaller goal is I would like to lose between 3 and 5 pounds each month, give or take. Some months it might be 3, but I want to, go down each month. If I do 3, that's 36 pounds by December. If I do 4, that's 48 pounds by December. If I do 5, that's 60. And if I do somewhere in between, that's great. But how I get there is by being disciplined in what I eat, going to the gym, but also drinking my water and taking care of my mental health. All of that plays a role. And not allowing everybody's special moments to be a reason why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, because that's where discipline comes in. It's always going to be somebody's birthday. It's always going to be somebody's party. It's always going to be something. So really preparing so I can be set up for success, to a point where when I grocery shop now, I'm looking for healthy stuff. Like this month, I really started snacking on like berries because I've been hearing for years that berries are very good for you. And like lemons and limes also help to detox the body. And so I've been doing lots of lemon water. Sometimes I'll drink a glass of lemon water, room temperature, before bed. As far as fruits, I've been doing my own fruit bowls, and I'll get some pineapple and just cut up like 3 chunks and cut them down small because it helps sweeten the berries, because sometimes berries are really tart. And like this week I've been obsessed with those fruit bowls, like in a little small little, Tupperware thing with a circular lid. Put a little bit of pineapple, some strawberries, some blackberries, some blueberries, and that's my one of my snacks. And then I'll do a serving of almonds. When I have a sweet tooth, I'm doing dark chocolate almonds. And everything in moderation. If I have a craving for some potato chips, it was a couple times I ate a couple chips and then I put the bag up, because at the end of the day I have a bigger goal in mind. So I'm just trying to stay accountable. So let's get into next month. And if you want to drop down anything that you achieve, one goal that you achieved, I'll read it out and we'll celebrate you too. But yeah, I just feel really, really good about how the year went. And it just felt really nice, especially by the 18th, which is about mid-month mark. Thank you so much, Quana, and thank you so much, Lissa. Um, being like, wow, I've done half of my goals already. This is great. So I'm going to write them down in my journal because, like I said, I don't want to flip the calendar just yet because we got one more day. But I'll go ahead and start with, I want to maintain my goal number one because I didn't reach it fully. So I want to work out 3 times a week and drink 100 ounces of water a day. Now, I will say, for me, really, if I weigh 252, right, I'm supposed to be drinking 126 ounces of water because they say you're supposed to drink half your body weight in water. But I'm trying to get to 100. And it's not even that I don't like water. I actually love water. But it's just, sometimes when I'm busy, I'm the type of person that when I get in the zone and I'm working on something, I will not even eat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not eating, I'm not drinking, I'm just working. And so that's where it's like, I don't know if I need to set alarms on my phone. I don't know if I need to get another, like a big cup that's cute. But I'm not really a cup person. I've done that before. So I just have to figure out something to remind myself, hey, drink some water. Drink 8 ounces of water. Drink some more water. Because, like, my mouth be dry all the time because I'm not drinking enough water. Okay, number 2. All right, so I want a biblical goal, right? So in addition to, going to church, okay, we visited the church, right? Let's build on that. In February, I want to make time, at least 15 minutes on another day, not Sunday, because Sunday, of course, I'm opening my Bible if I'm going to church or if I'm streaming church. So I'm going to make it a twofold. Stream or attend church on Sunday and spend at least 15 minutes on another day reading my Bible. I did not do that in January, so I want to build. And like for some people, if you read your Bible daily, you probably like, that's it, 15 minutes. But we got to start somewhere. And I want to see if I can do 15 minutes. And I might write it as 15 minutes a week on another day that's not Sunday. At a minimum. I can do more, but I want to do a minimum. So that's my second goal. I'm going to write attend church, in person or virtually. I'll put that in here because it don't have to be, and all of that might not fit, but I'll have it in my journal. In person or virtually. The new part of the goal, though, is to spend 15 minutes a week reading the word. And I'm going to say the Bible. Okay. At least. Okay. I'm trying to look at what I had. Okay, I'm going to put post a short daily, whether it's scheduled or it's something new, and upload new video weekly. That's my content goal. So I want to keep this momentum now. I would like to go on a successful solo date. We're going to be specific. Go on a successful solo date. Let's see. Also with my content goal, I don't know if this is a goal I'm going to write down, but I would like to also do a mid with you guys. I'll write it, but I'm just gonna put like a star because it's like an extra thing. I want to do 2 live streams next month about goals. And my thought is one can be a mid-month check-in, maybe the week of Valentine's Day, like maybe February 13th. So we can check in with each other. Because I think if I check in with you, and it's like checking in with me too, you know what I'm saying? If I check in with y'all, then it would be like my opportunity to see how are we doing? Where are we at? How's the month going? You know what I mean? So not a midweek. I meant to say mid-month um goals chat. And then again at the end of the month. So that's like an extra content goal that I should have probably said. Let's see. I eat pineapples and strawberries in the morning. I love it's my new candy. Literally. And the pineapples are so sweet and delicious. And the strawberries that I got on my last visit tasted so sweet, like they were ripe. A good ripe strawberry is definitely a treat. And pineapples always taste like candy. I've been staying consistent with business planning for my nonprofit organization. That is amazing, Quana. That is so good. I am happy to hear that. You do a and then do morning devotionals. That's a good idea because if you do it in the morning, it kind of sets the tone for your day, you know? Sometimes, like, I'll listen to a sermon on my way to work, and it really does put me in a positive mood. So yeah. Let's see. 5. I'm trying to think. I have a workout goal. I have a faith-based goal. I have a content-based goal. I have a self-care goal, which is a successful date. I did schedule some vacation for myself in February and some days off during Sire's spring break. So I'm wondering if my 5th goal should be, you know, figure out what you are going to do during your time off before your time off. So I'm not just sitting there like, I don't know. What do you want to do? You know, I thought about planning a solo trip. I'm just going to say, figure out plans for upcoming vacation. And I mean, it could be a vacation here. I just need a break from work. Nothing's bad going on, but I just haven't taken a vacation since October. And my October vacation was when I went to Great Wolf Lodge with Des and Josiah. So if you have kids, you kind of know going on a trip with your kids is fun, but it's not a vacation from responsibilities. It's just like taking care of your kids while somewhere else. So I need some me time. One of the focuses for 2025 is me time. Healthy, successful, positive, enjoyable me time. It don't have to always be a vacation. Sometimes it can just be a couple hours by myself and coming back to a peaceful house. I will say this too for y'all who have kids. If you don't have a lot of people helping babysit, Google Parents Night Out in your county and see what comes up. Even if you don't find it in your county, there might be a county nearby that you can do it at. I did that and they have them. I found 5 or 6 and we're going to be trying a bunch of different ones, y'all. It's not overnight or anything, but it's, a couple hours. And that's sometimes what you need. A couple hours to just have some time to do you by yourself. And the lady over the one that I tried recently was telling me that different parents use it for different reasons. Some go on dates, some go by themselves and run errands. They just don't want to run them with their kids. Some do laundry in peace. It's just whatever you want to do at the time. But finding a way to get that time for you is good for you, because as a person, you cannot pour from an empty cup. As a mother, your happiness, your peace is important. Thanks. I do things that ultimately help my goal with giving back to the community. That is something that I want to do too. I don't know if it's a goal I want to do in February, but you know what? Um, I want to support Black-owned businesses with purchases in February. I want to do that year long, but I specifically want to do it in February because it's Black History Month. What a great time to support Black businesses and Black communities. And speaking of giving back, I've been saying I want to sign Josiah up for a community service project. So I might look for something that we can do together to give back to the community, because I think it's time for me to teach Josiah about the importance of helping others and serving others and understanding privilege, because at times my son doesn't understand how good he has it. And I'm not trying to use community service as a punishment, but I'm trying to use it as an opportunity for him to see what I've been telling him. You are equipped with things that some people have to go to shelters and churches and food banks and pantries to get. You throw away food like it's nothing. And there's some people who are literally struggling to figure out where that next meal is going to come. And they're not being picky about what is given to them. And so just him being able to see that, or him being able to see people who need toiletries and things like that, things that we have, and you in here wasting toilet paper and, messing over the soap because you don't want to take a bath, but it's people who don't have soap to take a bath with. You know what I mean? I did a service project with my team back in December with this what is it called? With this organization called Open Hand Atlanta. And Open Atlanta is a nonprofit organization that provides meals to those in need. And it's a special organization because you can sign up to drive with Open Hand Atlanta, or you can sign up to help prep food. And when we did it, our team did the driving. And so you have drivers, you have runners. I didn't sign up to drive because, if you know, I have a Nissan Versa Note, which is a very small hatchback car, and my front door doesn't open. So on the passenger side, so I don't like having people that aren't really like family in my car or a close friend, because the door don't open and stuff. I still need to get that fixed. Say that to say, I got to be a runner. And being a runner meant I got to deliver food to these people in need. And it was a lot of people across the west side of Atlanta. Um, Older people, people who lived in assisted living homes and complexes, who was relying on these bags of food, Ensure, fruits, vegetables, frozen dinners. That was their food delivery for the week. And it was such a humbling experience to do right before Christmas. Open Hand Atlanta literally is looking for drivers every single day. They're looking for people to volunteer every single day. They delivered like through Christmas Eve and stuff to these families. And so opportunities like that, I ended up asking could Josiah go back, and they were like, you can bring them. That we typically try to have, I think, 12 and up, but just bring them is what they told me. And so something like that, I want him to be able to see, because that opportunity, I got to actually meet the people I was giving food to. And it was very eye-opening, and it was very humbling, and it definitely made me grateful for what I have. And sometimes when we're not where we want to be, we tend to forget how good we have it. We tend to forget how far we've come. We tend to forget that what we have in this season is something we prayed for a while back. And so, walking in a season of gratitude is very important, and it's hard because sometimes it's hard to be where you are currently, even though it's better than where you were a year ago or a month ago. It doesn't make the new season that easy just because it's better. But try to be grateful. Try to speak, life over yourself, over your situation, and be faithful over a little, because God will bless you with multitudes. But when we are ungrateful and we are not appreciative, it is hard to order our steps in a way that's positive to get us to the better and nicer thing. So with that said, y'all, I feel like I might have some more goals to add, but I think those are my core goals for February. I also want to have a successful Valentine's Day with my husband. You know, we've had our disagreements about holidays and gift giving and just enjoying quality time with one another. So I'm hopeful that our Valentine's Day will be special. My husband has hinted that he has planned something nice for the two of us to do. So I'm looking forward to that. I decided to take some vacation right after Valentine's Day because my son will be out of school the following week. And so I might be trying to look at some sort of travel, quick little travel, little, pop up after Valentine's Day, be back before Tuesday type deal for us, for me. It might be for me. I don't even want to lie and say for us. It might just be that Josiah off with grandpa and I can kind of do my own thug thizzle. Or we could do our thug thizzle. It just depends. Like, you're not finna go and get on my nerves. And I mean that with the most love. But 2025 is a year where I don't want to go on trips and not enjoy myself. It's a year where I don't want to go and do things and be feeling like I should have went by myself or I should have went with different people. I want to travel with folks who have the same intentions, the same plans, the same budget, because I'm not trying to, extend myself further than where I can stretch. I'm not overextending this year. And honestly, if people don't understand, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I just have to do what's best for me and stop being so worried about somebody being mad at me all the time. Because honestly, you be trying to people please and do for everybody else, and then your cup is getting stretched and is chipping off on the side, and you're not able to refill it because there's a hole in the bottom of it. Like, you have to do things that are good for you. You know what I mean? And sometimes people challenge you when you set boundaries with them. And it's usually the people you love. Especially if you've been too serving, too giving. You got to be able to put your damn foot down. Excuse my language. Put your foot down and say no sometimes and stand on that. It is okay to set a boundary. It is okay to not show up if you need to show up for you. Because at the end of the day, the most important person is yourself. God is the most important person. But I mean, when it comes to on this earth, the most important person is yourself. Because if you're not okay and you trying to make everybody else okay, and they don't care enough about themselves to make them okay, but they're looking for you to save them from mess they probably created, then you start stressing you out, and now you're not okay. And I say that to say, like, it's not to mean you can't be a part of somebody's village, be there for your friends, be there for your family. You absolutely should, but you got to put you first too. I am done putting Yosha on the back burner. I am focused on what I need to do. I'm saying no. And, if it doesn't fit my plan, I'm going to say no. If it fits my plan, I'm going to say yes. But also, like, what does God want for me? That's important too. What does God want for my life? What does God want me to do? How can I be a better Christian? How can I be a better mother, a better wife, a better friend, a better, internet sister to y'all? That sort of thing. What is my purpose? A lot of my sermons this month, we're talking about goal setting and understanding your purpose, but what is the purpose that God destines for your life, right? And are you living a life that aligns with that purpose? What is your character look like? And so really it's just been a lot of reflecting. This is a new year. We are under new administration. There's been news of changes and things that are going to happen. It's going to affect people that we know and love and possibly went to school with, et cetera, et cetera. So how do we navigate despite of, and how do we keep God at the forefront no matter what? Because at the end of the day, God is the end all be all. It does not matter what someone else here on this earth tries to do, because he's still at the top, at the forefront, he's the beginning and the end. We just have to keep our eye on him, and we have to continue to pour into ourselves and foster that community. And going into Black History Month, there's been a lot of companies announcing that they're getting rid of their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And I encourage you to protect your peace in the best way that you can. Don't allow the decisions of others to make you feel less than. Don't allow the decisions of others to make you feel like you don't matter. You certainly do matter. And if you choose to stop shopping with these individuals because of those decisions, I understand. If you choose to start shopping more intentionally with these people, I understand. And if you choose to kind of work on your plan behind the scenes so you can work smart, I understand that too. Um, it's a lot going on. I hope everybody watching is doing okay. I hope everybody watching mentally is all right, because it can be a lot to process. I'll be honest, I don't like watching the news, and I try to block out negativity as much as possible, because it's always something. As soon as you get over something, there's something else. And so sometimes I just have to control my feed a little bit. I have to control my feed and focus in on the things that align with what I'm trying to do. And so, the faith-based content, the happy marriage content, the fitness goal content, the fitness girls that are losing the weight naturally, those are the type of things I like to feed into my feed. I don't often like to tune into things that bring me down a rabbit hole about administration issues, or, racism and or deaths. Like, that sort of stuff is draining, and it makes me want to abstain from social media. And so it's not to say don't be aware of what's going on. It's just don't let it consume you to a point where it puts you in a bad mental state. So yeah, I know that we kind of talked about a lot of things. I talked about, what I've been having going on, being very honest, being open, being real. I hope y'all enjoyed talking with me tonight. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes just in case y'all have any questions or you want to talk about anything else. But I really look forward to sharing how January went and just giving a little preview into what I'm thinking about for February. I'm going to pray before I go to bed. I'm going to probably journal a little bit. And I'm going to really just say that these are what I think I want, right? And I just ask that God help order me in the direction that He sees best fit, knowing my heart and what I intend for myself as well. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't want to stress myself out being too um specific when it comes to, like, I have to lose this number each week or this number each month. But given a ballpark, 3 to 5. And what if I only lose 2? That's fine. It'll be another month where I might lose 6. You know what I mean? Same with the content creation and stuff like that. I don't want to be so rigid where it's like, because when you're too rigid, it makes it unreachable and unattainable, right? Hey Rachel, happy New Year and thank you. How's your January going? How's the new year treating you? That's kind of what we've been talking about. But, be specific enough so that you actually can hold yourself accountable. But don't be so rigid with your goals that it becomes out of reach. Like, I maybe at one point when I was in college could lose 10 pounds in a month easily. But as a 31-and-a-half-year-old woman with, a shot metabolism and some really good needs for improvement with my diet starting the year, that's not a good goal to reach. So, but maybe saying something like having 15 gone by June, that is a little bit more doable, right? There's 6 months in the first half of the year. And if you say a number like 15 divided by 5 is 3. So that gives a little wiggle room for 2 to 3 pounds a month. And that would feel good. Hi, Nina. How are you? Thanks for joining. And so I say that to say, it's okay to want the bigger picture, but I encourage you to try to think of it, a day at a time. What can I do today that's going to help me get to that big goal? Okay, what can I do each week that's going to help me get to the big goal? What can I do this month to get to the big goal? And I'm breaking it up month by month. And that allows me to pivot. That's why I didn't do an. You do a vision board and it's supposed to map up your whole year. If anything pivots in your life, your vision board then becomes obsolete, because you may not want those things anymore. That's literally what happened to me last year. But doing it this way, where I'm writing the goals down at the bottom of the month on the calendar and I'm looking at it every day with intentions. Y'all see all that green? I think I made it to the gym or worked out 19, if not 20 times this month, which is great. Seeing that is motivation when I get home from work and I'm tired and I just want to sit in the bed and watch TV or edit or do nothing. Seeing those goals every day, like this is what I said I wanted for January, is a way to hold me accountable. Doing these live sessions with y'all is a way for me to hold myself accountable as well. Because it's like, I got to check in with y'all and tell y'all how it's going. And I don't want to be like, I didn't do anything, you know? So I definitely will continue to do these this year. For February, like I said, I think I'm going to try to come live with y'all the week of Valentine's Day, that Thursday, the 13th. And then check in at the end of February, maybe the last Thursday of the month again. I say last Thursday just because if I film on Fridays, I want to be able to film the video as well, like I used to do in 2023. And so I want to have time to do both. And if I do the live on a Friday, I probably won't have time to film and edit as well and get it all done. So also Thursday nights is just a good day for me to go live. I feel like it's good for my work schedule because I'm at home on Fridays. It's good for my personal life because a lot of times I'll have plans on Friday night. So Thursday is a good day. And like if y'all want me to go live more, I can definitely work towards that as well. But I think at least saying committing to 2 times a month to specifically talk about goals would be great. And then if I come up extra, we could do that too. But it makes it a little bit more intentional. Y'all can know when to expect me. And then y'all can come and share what's going on with y'all too. It's going good. Hey, you're from Trinidad. That's awesome, Nina. It's going good. I started doing more fitness and just planning for the months to come. The hair is cute. Thank you. Me too with the fitness goals. I was talking about that earlier. I lost 4 pounds this month. And I really have started getting serious about what I eat. I log my meals in this app called Lose It, the free version. And I've been going to the gym an average of 3 times a week. I did 1 week, 2, 2 weeks, 3, and 1 week, 4, I think. So average of 3 times a week. And where I need to improve is definitely I need to improve with drinking more water throughout the day. And another thing I wanted to share is some of my classes are not available anymore at my gym. So another sub goal within the fitness goal is that I want to try new classes and new ways to work out. My dog got his rabies vaccine a couple weeks ago. And so this weekend will be the weekend where he's allowed to be out at parks and stuff like that and go out in public, and it'll be safe for him. Because if you didn't know, an unvaccinated puppy cannot be or should not be around other puppies that we don't know are vaccinated, because it could cause them to get sick and get flus and things like that. And just like a baby, their immune system is so weak that it can really get them sick. And so now that Bruno is up to date on his shots, he needs one more booster, but he's pretty much up to date on shots, has his rabies and everything, I can start taking him out to the park. And so if it's not a gym workout, maybe it's, walking 3 or 4 miles in the park, doing laps around the trail with my dog. And that's good for him, and it's good for me because it's moving my body. Another thing is, with those classes being canceled, I do want to go and try other classes. Like I found this class in Camp Creek on Fridays, and it gives me the dance vibe that I used to get from my old instructor that moved to San Antonio, Texas. But she's in Camp Creek, and I don't live super close to that. The gym closest to me doesn't have a lot of classes, and they keep canceling them. One of my instructors announced this week that she's moving and she won't be teaching at the gym. So that's really leaving me with 1 or 2 classes that I go to. And I'm like, well, what does that mean for me? And so, one of my instructors is out, had surgery, so he won't be back for a while. And so I have 2 instructors that are consistent that can be there. That doesn't mean for me that I'm going to drop to 2 days a week, because I can't put my fitness goals in somebody else's hands. What it means is like today I had to work out by myself. I went to the gym. I happened to find an Instagram workout hours before I made it to the gym. And so I did a strength training workout and then I did some cardio. And so I'm going to be doing different things. Elliptical, treadmill, Stairmaster workouts, weightlifting. I have kettlebells here at home. 10, 5, 15, and I got my husband a 30-pound. You don't got to worry about me touching the 30-pound because that's too heavy right now. But I say that to say this month I actually worked out at home 3 times, I think, or at least 3 times. One was a walk for Bruno, actually 4 times, because I took Bruno out for a walk on the first day of the year, and then another day, I think it was the second day of the year, I did a workout at home and I danced, and then it was a day last week when we were snowed in or whatever. I didn't feel comfortable driving on the road, so I did Zumba at home and I did a kettlebell workout. So I say that to say this year is the year where I'm not going to let whatever instructor that's not available be my reason why I'm not working out. I have to put it in my court. And the other way that I talked about earlier is diet. High protein, low carb, minimal cheat, minimal drinkings until I get the results. And then we can start adding a little bit more. But yeah, it is 10:30 though. And I did tell my husband I was going to stay on for an hour. So we can certainly continue this conversation in the comments. I am going to film a goals video and try to upload it on Saturday the 1st. But if not, it'll premiere next week. So we can continue the conversation there as well in the comment section. I want to thank y'all so very much for watching this video, watching this live stream. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you're still on and you haven't. And if you're watching a replay, give it a thumbs up as well. I look forward to checking in with y'all next month. And I wish you a very successful February. And I'll see y'all in my community tab on the shorts feed and the video feed. Love you guys. Bye.